What's going on, moviegoers? Now, if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to Zero Productions. We got to talk about Thor. Thor is a character that has been really inconsistent in the MCU since his first Thor film to Thor Love and Thunder. Now, Thor is the first character to have 4 solo projects in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, unless you count Downey being in Captain America Civil War, but I really don't consider that. But Thor, you guys, tonally has been so inconsistent, the ups and downs of this character. I mean, take a look at the first Thor. Very brute, very serious. And then you go to Thor Love and Thunder. Kind of goofball, childlike, overly comedic, very inconsistent. Now with Thor Ragnarok, which really set the rebirth of this character by Taika, loved it. I enjoyed it. I appreciated it. But with Love and Thunder, they amplified that over 100 and just went beyond, and it was too much. The Russo brothers, to me, you guys, still have the greatest Thors, of that being Thor in Avengers Infinity War and Thor in Avengers Endgame. That really had the best Thor. I mean, come on now. In Endgame, when he was about to go up against Thanos and he grabbed both of his hammers and he did the lightning bolt and he had his whole suit and he had the ponytail. I mean, what a moment. That shit was dope. But the inconsistency, you guys. Now, Chris Hemsworth has come out and said, Thor, if he's going to do a next film, has to be drastically different. So why don't we just stick with the tone for this character that will be cohesive to the stories moving forward? Like, why are we always flip-flopping? Serious, goofy, serious, goofy. I don't like it. I don't. Stick with the tone of Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. Now, I'm not saying he can't have a little bit of comedic moments, because in those films he did, but it wasn't overly done. It wasn't. Thor Love and Thunder was way overly done, and it distracted from the story, it distracted from the other characters, and ultimately didn't let me care enough for everything that happened. Didn't let me care for Jane dying at the end of the film. Didn't let me care for Gore and his daughter. It distracted from the story. Downey as Iron Man and Tony Stark has had a consistent character throughout his entire duration of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Consistent. There was never any tonally shifts that were so tonally different from his character. Chris Evans as Captain America, Steve Rogers, has been consistent from Captain America, the first Avengers, to Avengers Endgame. Consistent. Even Hawkeye, consistent. Black Widow, consistent. But Chris Hemsworth Thor, I felt like they still don't know what to do with the character. Because maybe he's overly powerful. He's a god, essentially, right? I just don't know what's going to happen with Thor 5. Or even if there's going to be a Thor 5. Because Thor Love and Thunder didn't make even the box office of Thor Ragnarok. And that can't be good. Are you pitching me that Thor 5 can outdo a Thor Love and Thunder and Thor Ragnarok when you have a star-studded cast like Natalie Portman and Christian Bale? I mean, now granted, they kind of already set up the story for Thor 5 with Thor versus Hercules, which I don't care about. You know, the introduction to Zeus and all that, I just didn't care about. The guy they got playing Hercules, I thought was like, I don't know. That's a different video. But like, okay, cool. Maybe this is the end of Chris Hemsworth's Thor in the MCU. Maybe we just move forward. You know, I know that, Phase 4 is really pushing the young apprentice type thing with Kate Bishop and Hawkeye, with all these different characters introducing these young versions of themselves or whatever. Black Widow and Yelena Belova, things of that nature. And, at the end of Love and Thunder, you got to see, Gore's daughter or whatever, Love, and she has, the hammer. She has the axe or whatever it's called. Stormbreaker. She has Stormbreaker, right? But I'm like, okay, I don't care for that. And I don't want her to replace Thor. So maybe we pitch an idea like this. We kill Thor off in Thor 5. You still have him in Avengers, Secret Wars or whatever. But then you kill him off in Thor 5. You end that story. And you replace him with Better Ray Bill. Which isn't necessarily a bad idea. I think that could really work. Besides, how long does Chris Hemsworth want to do this? I mean, the whole cast of these original Avengers are all kind of out. I mean, like Hawkeye, he's out the door. He's, settling with his family. He has a new apprentice, that being Kate Bishop. Black Widow's dead. Cap is gone. Iron Man's gone. He's essentially like the only person, him and the Hulk. But how long will the Hulk be lasting? The inconsistencies kind of have, the same thing with Hulk too. Because, ever since Smart Hulk, you know, a lot of fans like it and a lot of fans actually hate it. You know, I kind of want to go back to the losing the mind of the Hulk. I want it going back to the Savage Hulk. That's what I want Hulk's particular storyline to go back. But now he has a son, you know, the new apprentice thing. You know what I mean? So this is kind of like the phase 4 of like where we kind of introducing younger versions of these characters, so the older versions can take a step back. This is the rebuilding phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, essentially. And, you know, Phase 4 has been a mixed bag. It hasn't been great, you know. It's definitely been ups and downs. Yeah, there's been some fantastic projects that I love. Wakanda Forever, Spider-Man No Way Home, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, you know, WandaVision. But, like, you know, Moon Knight was cool. I didn't overly love it. You know, She-Hulk, you know. Miss Marvel, it was cool at the beginning, and then I kind of fell off. I still finished it, just ultimately didn't really do it for me. But this is very interesting, man. I really want to know what's going to happen with the future of these characters and what's going to happen with the future of Thor. Like I said, like Chris Hemsworth wants to do something drastically different. You know, he doesn't want to keep doing the same tonal character throughout his duration. I mean, you can't just keep doing different tones, like especially when you're trying to go for like a comedic goofball tone to a serious tone. I'll be happy if they stuck something within the middle, like I said, with what the Russo brothers kind of had in, you know, Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. You know, I think that worked so well. So hopefully they decide to go that route. And Thor 5, where he faces Hercules, is a very serious film. You know, and, you know, maybe you don't get Taika to come back and direct that film. I'll be completely fine with that. I'm cool with that. You don't need Taika. Find a new director. And I think Taika really dropped the ball with Thor Love and Thunder, just like how Patty Jenkins dropped the ball with Wonder Woman 1984. They really dropped the ball with that. I mean, you know, maybe Kevin Feige throws in a lot more creative notes and has a little bit more creative control with Thor 5. Maybe Taika takes a step back. You know, it doesn't have all that comedic goofball silliness in Thor 5. Because ultimately, when you're dealing with Hercules, you kind of want a serious film. Like that, I mean, you know, Hercules versus Thor. I don't want no goofball comedian crap in it. I want it to be serious. But post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about this. Where do you think they should take the tone for Thor and Thor 5? Thoughts and opinions, you guys. Please post them down below and let me know what you guys think. Peace.